Hi there, my name is Liz and welcome to my channel where I share things home decor and just some general lifestyle. I'm so glad that you're here today. In today's video, I want to discuss some of my favorite renter-friendly home decor hacks and projects, and most of these, actually I believe all of these, we have actually done in our own house currently. I have been renting apartments or houses for about 5 years now, and I truly believe that just because you're renting your apartment or your house, it doesn't mean that you can't still make it feel like your own home with your own style and decor. So that's kind of what I wanted to get into a little bit today and try to give you some ideas of some renter-friendly home decor hacks. So if you do enjoy watching this video and you find it helpful, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button below to like the video and also subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss future videos like this. So the first project that I want to get into today is one of my absolute favorites that we've done in our current house, and you can actually see it right here behind me. It is removable picture frame molding. This is something that we did in our dining room on this wall, and it has had such a huge impact in not only the dining room but our kind of whole downstairs area, which is all pretty open. It just made the room feel so much more elevated and luxurious and high-end in that still kind of traditional style that I really like. I'm gonna get into really quickly kind of the process of how we did it and how we made it removable and renter friendly. And if you are interested in more information, just let me know in a comment below and I will try to either respond and answer your question, or I'm more than happy to make a full video on the process of this. I loved this project and I think it just made such a huge impact and I'm so happy with it. So anyway, let's kind of get into the process really quickly. So the first thing that I did whenever I realized that this is what we wanted to do in here is I got some blue painter's tape and I threw it up on the wall kind of like where I wanted the boxes or the frames to go, and that just really helped us visualize what we wanted and where we wanted everything. And it also helped us kind of finalize the measurements of all the molding that we were gonna need. I don't know why I just did that around molding. I think I was gonna say frames, but anyway, so I would definitely recommend kind of that first step. It really helps you imagine what you want and also helps you get measurements for the trim that you're gonna need. So we ran to Lowe's, we picked out the molding, and then the part that makes it removable and renter friendly is that you use double-sided mounting tape to stick it up on your wall. And we actually ended up taking it a step further and we caulked it and painted over it. So if you're not able to paint over it, that is totally fine to still just kind of keep the white trim. But if you can paint it, I think it looks really great, so I would definitely recommend that. So this is a project that I think was absolutely worth it. I did it in one weekend. Granted, it was like the full weekend, right? Like until like 11 p.m. on Sunday. So you can definitely squeeze it into a weekend if you want to. So this next project is definitely more of a classic renter-friendly upgrade, and that is peel and stick wallpaper. So we ended up putting some peel and stick wallpaper in our powder room down here. We just got it from Lowe's, and I think one of the great things about how popular peel and stick wallpaper is there are so many options these days. You know, you can definitely find a pattern that you love at different price points. There's just a lot of great variety in the peel and stick wallpaper today. So I had the idea to do this in our powder room just to kind of like spruce it up a little bit. It was just like a white small box, and so I definitely wanted to do something in there. And I came across this pattern at Lowe's that I really loved, so I grabbed a few rolls and it was pretty easy to install, honestly. That might really depend on kind of how old your house is, if your walls are textured or non-textured. If your walls are even, we personally live in a really old house, so the walls aren't like even everywhere. For the most part, it was really easy, really quick to go up. Matching up the pattern wasn't that difficult, and I did it in 2 days. I could have done it in 1 day, but I ran out of wallpaper and it was like nighttime, so I had to wait until the next day to go buy some more. And so since I put it up, I left it up for a few months, and then I actually ended up deciding that the pattern was just not my favorite anymore. I don't know why, but it just kind of didn't work for me. So I ended up taking it down after a few months. So it was up for a little while, but I took it down and it came down in like 5 minutes. It was so easy. It didn't damage the wall at all. So I think that is just like a great way to switch up your room or decor. You can swap it out pretty easily because the installation and the taking it down is really easy and pretty quick. So I think that's like a really fun way to kind of continually change a room if you really want to. And after we took it down, we did end up just painting the room. So that's always an option option as well. But all in all, I feel like that's a really great, simple way to kind of elevate your space if you're able. Okay, now I know we have all heard of those peel and stick like vinyl floor tiles. You know what I'm talking about? I found an even better option. So they are vinyl plank flooring. So even better than the peel and stick tiles. They are kind of like large tiles that actually, they don't stick to the floor. They sit on top of the floor. And you buy them in a pack and they like interlock into each other. So they connect and it looks great, but they just sit on top of your floor. So even whenever you take them up, it's gonna be better than peel and stick because there's not gonna be that like gross sticky residue that you have to deal with. They come in a lot of different patterns. You can do like a hardwood look, or we did a like more like marble look, and we put this in our kitchen actually the very first weekend we moved in here. It's been on our kitchen floor for about 2 years now, and it honestly still looks like it could be brand new. It cleans up really easily, it doesn't scratch easily, and it just like really elevated the look. It made our kitchen look so much brighter and just cleaner, and it was honestly a really great upgrade that we did. My husband did the whole project in about 1 weekend, and then again we did take it a step farther and we caulked and added some like trim along the baseboard just to again give it that more polished, finished look. So if you're not able to do that, I think it still looks really great, especially if you have some like old flooring like we did. We had some, I think, like peel and stick tiles that I don't know if they're naturally this color or just over time they had yellowed, but adding this new flooring definitely brightened this space up, and it is a super renter friendly. Okay, let's talk about lighting. So there are really 2 lighting ideas that I specifically have in mind here. One of them is chandeliers. So we actually installed a chandelier in our dining room. I don't think it was previously a dining room because there were no lights in here. So what we did is we picked out a chandelier that we loved and we converted it from hardwired to plug-in. There are actually a lot of kits on Amazon that you can get for I think like, you know, $10 to $15, and shockingly easy to do. So we converted the light and then hung it from the ceiling in our dining room above the table, and it just is such like a focal piece. Whenever you walk in you can see it, and it is just gorgeous. It's beautiful. It makes the whole room look great. So if there's a light or a chandelier that you love, don't be afraid to convert it from hardwired to plug-in. And the second thing is actually not something that I've done so far, but I see a lot of TikToks about people who get battery operated puck lights, and you just put those inside of a lamp. Like you would take any light bulbs out, put it inside of a lamp, and that way you can just use that light. It's battery operated, and I think a lot of them come with remotes that you can use to turn on. And that's a really great option if you want to put a lamp or some lighting somewhere where you don't have an outlet. So I think that's a really genius hack there. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I live in a really old house and in the bathroom that hasn't been updated in who knows how long, there were these really like grimy, grungy looking mirrors. It was like a medicine cabinet built into the wall, but the mirror was kind of like the sliding door part. And since it was that medicine cabinet into the wall, we didn't feel comfortable like really removing it, taking it out. So what we ended up doing in our powder room down here is that we ended up just getting a large like vanity mirror from Home Depot. It was like $26, and put it in a frame and hung it over top of the bathroom mirror. And so 2 really main things that helped with is it increased the size of the mirror in there, so it makes the room feel bigger and brighter, which is great because it's a really tiny powder room. And it also just makes it look cleaner because it is cleaner. You know, it's a new, nice, shiny mirror. And so I think that is something that a lot of bathrooms in particularly rentals, like older rentals, they have kind of like weird, old, maybe gross mirrors. And so if you don't feel comfortable like totally uninstalling that, just getting a new one, putting it in a frame, and then hanging it over top of the mirror is a great kind of hack to get around that. If you're watching this video, it means that you are looking for some renter-friendly decor ideas, and I'm sure you've done your research. So you've undoubtedly come across the idea of swapping out your hardware on your kitchen cabinets, on pieces of furniture. It's just a really easy, quick way, an inexpensive way, honestly, to upgrade the look and the style. So I kind of want to take that idea and take it a step farther. So also in our powder room down here, whenever I kind of had the urge to redo it, one of the things that I did is I ordered a light switch cover off of Amazon in this really beautiful kind of antiqued brass look. And I swapped out our basic white light switch cover in there for this nicer, fancier looking one. And it was super, super affordable, right? So it wasn't an expensive fix. It was super easy to switch out. It just makes it look so much nicer. So kind of taking that swapping out the hardware idea a little bit farther there. Don't be afraid to swap out your light switch covers. It can really elevate the room, and even if you just like have like a kind of a dirty, dingy one, just putting another like clean, new white one on there can make such a huge difference. So in our really old rental house, we are lucky enough to have a fireplace. And this one I actually can't take credit for. Our friend who was living here before us put this in. She thrifted a mantle. It looks so cool. It's this really aged antique-y looking wood, and that is like just so genius because there was, I guess, nothing above the fireplace before. So she thrifted this mantle and added it to the fireplace, and it really just makes the fireplace such like a focal point, and also gives you, you know, space to decorate or put things on top of. It is just a great way to kind of anchor the space right there. So if you have a fireplace, I would absolutely recommend trying to get a mantle for it. You can thrift them, or I know you can order them online. I think it's just a really genius way to kind of up the look of a space, really elevate it if you have a fireplace that doesn't have a mantle already. So if you are renting your house or apartment, let me know how you're decorating it in a comment below. I would love to hear if you like these ideas and plan on using them, or if you have any additional ideas. I will probably be renting for another year or so, so always on the lookout for fresh new ideas there. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button below to like the video, and also subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss future videos. I hope to see you guys next time.